Hey everybody, this is Nick Mayhew, three-time gold medalist and three-time world record holder, and you're listening to Power 98.5.
We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5.
Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 satellite radio.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
I'm going to give a big shout out to my good friend, Hus Rajip. He's like excelling beyond compared to a couple years ago. We always knew him and his wife, Sem. I'm proud of him. He was just, did you guys see the recent video? All right, so this is dating from what I'm aware of, and thank you guys for sending this over. So this was by Nielsen Boxing. This was uploaded on YouTube. This was with Jack McGann versus Toth. Jack did win this fight. He got a belt. Not surprised. I mean, we all know it's Jack McGann. Do I need to say more? I want to also give a big thank you to all of the listeners out there. We've got a great audience here, but let me tell you this, anyone that may be tuning in late, or if you want to go ahead and recap this episode with professional boxer Jack McGann, he's based out of the UK. He also has a background as an MMA athlete. We will be re-airing this episode, and this is going to be in the special edition of Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. So whether you're listening on the iOS or Android app, Alexa, if you're on Apple Music listening to Power 98.5, MyTuner, Live FM Radio, any of these others, as you know, definitely come home first, be on the app, be on the website, power985.com. We will always have the best for you. Do we have any notes for today? I'm just going right into it, right? Hold on for a moment. Alexa, be quiet. I probably need to take that out of you guys know I like to have it in the studio because it's great when I want to take any notes and get something written down quick, but man, those are sensitive, so I've got to be careful using her name. It's a great day, awesome day. I woke up in great spirit. I think I had about 2 hours sleep last night, maybe 2 to 4. Like I'm not too sure, but I'm feeling refreshed. And I don't know if you guys ever feel that way, that there are times to where 6 to 8 hours works great. But at times, I'm telling you, I feel energized on 2 to 4 hours sleep. I feel like I can do a morning run, which I'm going to do. It is a little after 6:30 in the UK right now. It's 10:30 in the morning here in the States on the West Coast. I'm going to get a good run in. Once again, I just watched the fight or the match between Jack and Toth. Excited about that. Like I said, what even brought me more inspiration was to see Hus Rajip. He and I got to come out and see them. Him and Sem want me to come and visit. They offered me to stay at their place. I've got to get out there, definitely for 2024. As you know him, all right, and big shout out also to Alfie Warren. Very appreciative of the Warren brothers. You guys are awesome. Keep in mind, this will be also available on Amazon Music, Amazon Audible, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. There's no way why you should not know about this interview and how you can go ahead and recap it, re-listen to it, and then share it with your friends and family. But I'm going to share something that was just published or posted on, shared on Jack McGann's Twitter. This is by Alfie. Our man, Jack McGann, is now officially the mandatory challenger for the British Super Welterweight Championship. But first, business to take care of in Saudi Arabia on October 28th. As you all know, I am friends with Robert Duran Jr. Robert Duran and Jack have a match coming up on 10/28 this month. Battle of the Baddest. Did you guys check this out? Get it? We got I want to put it either on Power 98.5. Let's sort out. The banner is perfect. It's beautiful. I love the promotional value of this. I'm excited. I'm not going to miss this. I will watch it on pay-per-view. I will look more into this because I just got this information over, I believe, like a day or two ago. Yeah. Jack, good morning. Welcome to Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco. I know it's been a couple years we've been wanting to get you on. However, the wait has been worth it. Congratulations on your recent win against Toth. Also, you got a big match coming up on the 28th. What are you not doing that you're accomplishing and being a professional boxer? But also, I don't know how many people know this, but you're very well established in MMA.
Yeah, I started off my fighting career in MMA. I had 16 professional fights all across the UK, Ireland, and then in Russia. And then I made the switch over to boxing. And the original plan was to sort of skip between. But when COVID happened, I didn't fight for 2 years, and that sort of put a little hiccup in that plan. So I haven't closed the door on MMA, but for now the focus is purely boxing, yeah.
How long do you plan on staying in boxing, or are you not putting an expiration date because you're only 30 and you can really have 1 foot in boxing and 1 foot in MMA, can't you?
Yeah, it's a hard question to answer because this is all I know. This is my life. I love doing it, and it's what I've engineered my whole life towards. And you know, I think I'm entering into my prime now. And you see some guys who are still competing into the late 30s, late 40s at a top level. So I think it just comes down to the individual. I class myself as a young 30. I'm not full of injuries. I haven't been in a lot of tough fights. I haven't got a lot of mileage. So I don't know. I've got a good while yet, like a good while to go, I'd say.
I got to ask you. I asked this at times, but I want to ask you right away. Do you feel, or are you proud of yourself?
I am, and especially with winning that title, and then with the fact that I've got the British mandatory, so that's soon down the line, and I'm on this big huge show coming up, and it just feels like I'm sort of getting a bit more respect from other people. But I've always, when I reflect on my own journey, I've given me all to the sport, and I'm happy. So with that, I'm proud of that. Yeah, I'm proud of that.
I'm going to go ahead and go back to a moment, and I want to get your perspective on this. This really touched my heart, and this is on your Instagram. And for those, thank you. We've got Jackson. You can find out more about Jack McGann on his Instagram. And I believe this is also the same, I'm assuming, on your Twitter as well, Jack. It's Jack McGann, the number 9 is his Instagram. That's the same for your Twitter, right? Or X?
Yeah, on X, it's Jack McGann 93.
Okay, so Jack McGann 93 on X, Jack McGann 9 on Instagram. This is what I'm going to go to. This was shared by you on September 23rd. It said, never seen pics of myself as a newborn. Found these the other day. I was born 3 months early and weighed 2 pounds. Quote, to mommy and daddy, off my ventilator, love Jack. The photos and of your mom and you to see that, I'm going to honestly say that, and where I'm processing and going with this, Jack, is it feels as though people that are going to be in your life, no matter how close or how distant they are. There's got to be a purpose. And when I saw this, why it took me by surprise is there's a lot of vulnerability in these photos and in this post. And it touched my heart because I thought to myself, wow, not that I wouldn't think you would share something private and personal and very heartfelt in this moment. But what did inspire you to share with us a glimpse into your past and to see your mom and to see these photos of you? I'm looking at them right now. It's very moving, but it's unexpected that you're allowing us and gifting us the opportunity to see into your world in this way.
Yeah, I think that there's a couple of reasons. I honestly, without thinking too deep into it, it's the pure shock of seeing, because I've always been told that, and obviously I know that I was born early, and my family has always gone on about how small I was. But seeing it, if you see the pictures, you'll see. But seeing it yourself, it just looks like I'm just so little. I just can't believe that I was like that, and it was so dramatic. And I think, as far as posting it goes, it was sort of showing that it's quite funny how I've ended up fighting since I was 19 professionally, and I was literally born fighting, having to fight for my life, because it was a high risk. I probably wouldn't have made it because I was born 3 months, 12 weeks early. So there's that part of it, and I think people who follow me on Instagram, they do want to see a sort of into my life a little bit, and I'm just sort of sharing that. And then lastly, I lost my mum when I was 15. So seeing pictures of my mum with me as a newborn was just, I don't know, I'd never seen them before, so it was really special to me. So for all them reasons mixed together, that's why I feel like it's a good thing for people to see.
I agree with you. And having been in this industry, or still in this industry as long as I have, I truly believe, and I encourage every person in the world of sports to be vulnerable in that way, because commonly, and I'm going to share here in the States, we see you guys, the promotions, the glitz, the glam, the lights, the incredible promotional photos, the videos, the highlights, but not often do we get to see what your family looks like, or your mom, or something like that. And I encourage you to continue to allow that sort of transparency for us to see it online, or share it in interviews. And if you're getting interviewed and something's touching your heart, and a memory of your mom, or something, you're being born 3 months early, there are a lot of people that can relate to your story. And that's the biggest thing that I would encourage you and everyone else is, don't put your story, your narrative, your truth behind you. Keep it right there on the side of you, and share it as much as possible. And I hope you keep that post up for a long time. It moved me, and I'm going to tell you, I'm extremely grateful to be in this moment and to be interviewing now, because if we interviewed back then, this post would have never have happened yet. And I feel very privileged to be able to talk to you about that.
Thanks for that. Thanks. But yeah, as I said, another part of it, there's a lot more to me than just being an athlete, or just there's another side to me like that people don't get to see. So any chance I get to share something a bit interesting that people maybe would want to see, then I'll do it. But that one, honestly, first thing I said when I was describing it then was, without thinking too deep, it was pure of a shock thing to myself as well, and I think they are quite shocking, because I am so small. Do you know what I mean?
You shared most recently in an interview, making my dad proud was better than any title I could win. Do you still feel that way? And Could you share with us a little bit more as to why? What did your dad do? What is it about your dad that still takes precedence and importance in your life that continues to inspire you?
It's just the relationship that I've got with my dad. He's just from day one. It's just done absolutely everything for my best interest, and I just get nothing but pure love from him. And he's my best mate. He's also someone, my complete role model, someone I aspire to be like every single day. So the thing with the title was the fact that I could make my dad feel such strong emotions, like how proud he was and how happy he was, and he was just smiling ear to ear. That was one of the most proudest moments of my life, that I was able to give him that. So even when I win a world title, the first person I'll pass it to is my dad and go, yeah, Dad, look what we've done. That's very much the relationship we've got. It's awesome, and we did this, and so yeah, I think it just shows how good of a job he's done being there in my life, and yeah, most of my decisions, and whenever I accomplish anything, I think I can't wait to show this to my dad. Or yeah.
Any plans for family at all? That's something I haven't noticed or didn't look too deep into, but do you ever plan on getting married? Or are you engaged, or where's your status right now with love and relationships, since we're coming up to the holidays?
Well, I've been with my girlfriend for a couple of years now, and we get along great. She's my best mate, and I'm lucky that she never. Well, when she listens to this, she'll probably hear you say, "See, married." There's another person saying it. You put a ring on my finger, but no, she's a great girl. But no, I obviously want. I love kids. I want a family. I've got a great family around me, a big family, and I want that myself. But I just think with my career, I've got to just put stuff like that where I have been. Sort of, I've got to be a bit selfish with some of my decisions. So with my age and stuff, it will be very soon. But just the reason that it hasn't happened yet is because I've just put it off a little bit.
I'm going to honestly say, and this is my prediction, is that you're going to continue to live an extraordinary life. And I believe, from what I'm hearing, is that you continue to reflect and not let life pass you by too fast. I'm going to repeat that again, Jack. You continue to reflect, and you will not allow life to pass you by too fast. It goes back to something you shared a while back ago. This was on this year, June 24th. With fight dates and plans constantly changing, it's been a frustrating few weeks, to say the least, but I know to trust the process, and it always works out for the best in the end. I've been in the gym improving and working away, but it's not the same as getting under the lights. Where do you sit with that now, knowing that that was just quite a few months ago? But are you in a place, in a space to where nothing is in your way, that you're just going to continue to trust in the unknown?
Yeah, 100%. That quote, trust the process, is something my coach says to me constantly, because his coach said it to him, and there's nothing truer. I've had times when I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, this has gone wrong, that's gone wrong, that fell through. I've had my hopes up, this hasn't happened, and then a couple of weeks later you're sitting there going, if all that didn't happen the way it did, with the ups and downs, I wouldn't be sitting here now in this great situation. It's like when I put that post, there was stuff falling through and there was things changing constantly, and I just switched off to it and was like, stop giving it energy, and was like, it'll work out. And sitting here now, a couple of months on, those issues have all straightened out, and they are for the better, and it has worked out. So yeah, I'm definitely good at, as I'm getting older, and been through some experiences like that, I know that it is good just to let go sometimes and more so what will be will be. But if you believe that it will end up good for you, it will, you know. So just don't get in your own way sometimes, is what I'd say.
December 2nd, 2022, you shared with all of us and made it very clear, it seems to be from a very happy place in space, that you made your professional MMA debut 10 years ago. What would you say, or actually let me rephrase where I'm going to go with this question. What would the Jack McGann say to you now, the 10 years ago? What would he say? What would that Jack say to you now about how he feels about what you've done, where you are, and what you've accomplished?
So, me from 10 years ago, what would 10 years ago say to me sitting here now? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, that's correct.
I don't know. I think it'd be more. Probably. How did you get here? What happened? There's that much stuff's gone on in the 10 years. It'd take me 10 years to explain it all. I think it'd be better to go back and say, don't worry about it. It's going to work out and just keep going. But no, I think that I could only say I'm so happy that it worked out. Me 10 years ago, I'd say to myself, I'm going to just keep going then. And I know that it works. I know that it works out. And I'd probably, no, do you know what I'd do? I'd probably ask myself, are you happy now? Would you stick at it if you could go back? And the answer would be 100 million% yes. I'd do everything the same. And then that works out that I'm happy now. And I know that 10 years ago, given the choices to go left, to go right, I'd make the same choices to get where I am now. There's no regrets.
Are there ever plans coming to the States? Will you ever be performing live here for a match?
Yeah, of course. I just think that. But I fought all over. I'll fight anywhere. I'm so lucky that I've got a job a career where I get to go and see new places, and my career will take me there, and I get to experience new destinations and people and a new bit of culture. So I'll fight anywhere. I'll fight on the moon if you let me.
Well, they're supposedly going to be building apartments or something, and by 2050 we're supposed to have a 30-some bedroom hotel in space. So you're going to be around a long time to probably leave Earth to go perform and do a live match on Pluto or Mars.
Yeah,
or
well,
somewhere.
I'll have to fight. I don't know. I'll be in like the old category then fighting, but as long as my hips and everything are still good, I'll give it a go.
Oh, you will. I'm sure you take great pride and very serious in getting your post treatments to recover quickly. Speaking of that, Chris brought up a good question. I like this. How are you finding balance between doing what you love and not allowing or letting money get in the way? I like that.
I wouldn't say money getting in the way. Well, to be honest, I haven't made enough money to get in the way yet. It's not like I'm making big money to sort of sway me left or right. Where like all of my choices are made to what's the best. How do I progress? How do I make myself better? I haven't had the opportunities where money could get in the way. But to change the question around so I could answer it, which and it relates to me a little bit more, it'd probably be how do I make sure I stay on track when other stuff gets in the way, like not staying truly disciplined, not going out for food, being okay, missing events and birthdays and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I just always look at the bigger picture and think, if I just knuckle down now, I can do whatever I want in a couple of years when I'm finished. But right now, whatever, anytime I come to a fork in the road, which way do we go? I always push towards what's best for me as an athlete and what's not going to set me back. And the reason is because I know I can do all that in a couple of years. I'll be that old guy at the parties and dancing around because I couldn't do it when I was a little bit younger.
There was a article, and let me pull up the facts here. This was dated May 23rd, right? 2018. Yes, Wednesday, May 23rd, 2018. It says MMA versus boxing. Jack McGann ready to succeed where Conor McGregor could not. This is saying, 16-fight mixed martial arts veteran forged a reputation as one of the hardest hitters on Russian MMA promotion EFN's books. To put it simply, where I'm going with this, and I want to thank my assistant for pulling that up, I believe what we're going here with you is, I believe you're not someone that should be compared to someone else, and I believe that you're continuing to currently leave a legacy that's reputable, honorable, and I see it as flawless in a lot of ways. And why I'm using that word flawless is because it speaks to your narrative and context. Have you ever shared in an interview, because it's not something I was looking for, but just to find, what would be, let's look at 20 years from now, what would the headline read about you and the legacy you're planning to leave for yourself and the future, for your family?
20 years. Just I don't know. I've never really thought that far down the line. Just to be somebody who wasn't scared to take risks and jump. Not so much take the easy option, but in my career, I've always jumped and let's just go for it, and that's why I've got to where I've got to. And as long as that keeps going, I will be a world champion, and I will do great things, and as long as I can do that and maybe inspire people along the way, that's something I'd be overjoyed with. That's one thing I've seen recently. It's like, even my girlfriend's cousin has got two little boys, and one of them is he's only about 6, and he hasn't got his dad's not around, and he come to watch me fight last year, and this March he come to watch me fight when I won the title, and since then he's been obsessed with boxing and obsessed with watching me fight, and to see what it's like to inspire someone is truly special. So I'm sort of looking for that a little bit as well. If I can inspire people, I get a lot of gratitude from that. I get a lot of good feelings from it, So that's I can't really answer that right now though. But the 20 years down the line, because I'm not finished. But I just want to be someone who wasn't scared to take a jump, took risks, was an entertaining fighter, which I know I've already ticked that box. And if I can inspire people along the way, then that's just the icing on the cake.
Anything you want to share? Someone is asking, Carlos wants to know, why are you known as the Pilgrim?
Well, that is because one of my good friends is captain in the SAS, and he comes to watch me fight with a few of the lads, and I didn't have a nickname at that point. And he said after the fight, why don't you call him the Pilgrim? And what that is, that's like their name that they use for themselves in-house, like that's their nickname for themselves. Like the boxing team is called the Pilgrims, the footy team is called the Pilgrims, and their motto is it's a poem. It's a poem. We are the Pilgrims, master we shall go, and it's very like in their in-house sort of thing, and it was an honour to get that from my good friend. So I sort of I aimed it through fighting, and I fly that flag very proudly.
Any plans or thoughts, Jack, on one day having your very own training camp or gym, boxing, gym and place where you can share it forward with young people that are aspiring to be like you, to get into the world of MMA or boxing? Any consideration on that?
Well, my dad owned a gym. He owned the Wolf Slayer, and it was one of the biggest gyms in the world. We had a lot of UFC fighters and pay-per-view main events, and the gym was huge. And I watched him have that as a business, and I've seen some good things, but I've seen some bad things as well. And a couple of years ago, I probably would have said, "Oh no, it's a bit of a headache, and it's not for me." But the same thing I said about like my girlfriend's little cousin, and helping young ones come through and learning how to fight, or learning, giving them something to put the energy into. I do get a lot from that, and maybe, I've sort of opened the door back on that now, and maybe in a couple of years it will be something I'd look towards, because seeing someone, if I can bet people in any way, then I'll jump at that.
Yeah, I'm glad I asked you that question.
So we'll see. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe I'll maybe I like helping people, and I like seeing people. Like in the past, when I've done sort of like private lessons with people, and I've been in with them every week, and you see them improve, and it's great to see. So maybe yeah.
I'm excited. Maybe is good. It can turn out to be anything and everything you want and more. And once again, you trust the process, and I know it's going to work in your favor of everything that's meant for you.
Yeah, I think it's just hard to think about that, because that'd be, if I was putting lots of energy into that, it's sort of something like, oh well, that's sort of something I do after I was finished. I'm finished my own career fighting myself, so I just can't switch off to focusing on me at the minute. So maybe that's why I can't sort of see it in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But perhaps as I get towards the end of my career, that I will,
Hey, it's sometimes good to ask questions and plant seeds, because self-reflection, as you know, really is one of the best breaths of meditation and self-reflection, to just take you out of the familiar and put you in a place of not what if, but a place of an alternate universe, an idea or scenario of what you could choose to be for yourself and in your life.
Well, one thing I will say is we never know where we're going to end up tomorrow, so who knows what will come up. And I would say I've got a very open mind, and opportunities that come up, no matter what they are, I'll always consider them, and yeah, who knows? But the world a funky place, and but that's the way I look at it. I'm open minded, and I'm happy to take risks, as you know. So anything that comes up, I'll jump, and we'll see where we land.
Either way, I'm going to continue to watch, and like I said, you've got my private number. You're more than welcome to call me anytime. Keep me posted.
Yeah.
Definitely would love to have you on more often than not. And Charles is asking a good question. He's based out of Nashville, Tennessee. He wants to know, how can he watch or tune in to the 28th of October, the fight that's coming up, the match between you and Duran Jr.?
I'm not sure who'll be streaming over there in maybe top rank, but it'll be on pay-per-view on the 28th of October, and the show Battle of the Baddest will be getting seen worldwide. So just keep an eye out for it. I'm pretty sure with the size of the event, it won't be hard to find.
Any closing thoughts?
No, just thanks so much for having me on, and I just like to. I feel like this has been a bit of a different interview sort of thing. You've asked really good questions and sort of opened me up a little bit. But I just want to say that I hope that I can just keep making me and my team and my family proud, and me supporters, my sponsors, and the Power of One, and animal welfare charity over here. But yeah, let's just see where. I'd end with, I'm just going to keep jumping and let's see where we land.
And I want to go there.
And progress, yeah.
No, finish that last part, please, Jack.
And jump, see where we land, and just trust the process.
That's what it's all about, trusting the process. And to add to that, what I've been expressing lately is surrendering. I'm going to tell you, it's not as easy as possible, because I believe we as human beings enjoy and are designed, and the way the world is, as you know, Jack, is we want to know the outcome, or we want to have an idea or some sort of answer or answers as to what's going to happen, what's involved, who's involved. And there are times to where true blessings come when we don't see exactly what it is. And more importantly, to even understand, what does it mean? Because we're not going to understand the true value of life and what it means to be human and living if we've always got everything answered for us. Then what's the point of doing anything at all?
Yeah, that's one thing I've seen. As I'm getting a little bit older and I've got more life behind me, there's been plenty of times that I've been sitting there going, how did this happen? How have we ended up here? Where am I going to go? And it just works out. As long as you just keep telling yourself it will work out. It always does. And I think the only time it doesn't is when you give up on that and you're like, oh well, everything's doomed anyway. You've got to just stay positive and good things happen.
I do want to touch on this before we close out, which we're going to do. And thank you to everyone once again who's tuned in to this live interview. We will re-air this live. Just check the Power 98.5 schedule, whether it be on the app or on the website. If you're not already following Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco on any of your favorite podcast channels, definitely follow. This will be available today on Amazon Music, Amazon Audible, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. I always like to reference this is a radio show and not a podcast. I utilize those podcast platforms for my guests, for their best interest and to you, so that there is no reason why you have to miss any of your shows and to listen to the best, like what we have today with Jack McGann. Power of One Animal Welfare. Their Instagram is Power of One _UK. The Power of One, a platform for women in animal welfare communities. Would you like to talk a little bit and let us know more about why Power of One Animal Welfare, and where does your heart, where do you sit with this?
Well, just quickly, I've been with the Power of One. Well, it's Samantha Hutchinson is the woman who runs it. I'm an ambassador for the charity. I've been with them for about 2 years, and when I say they change your life, they truly have, with the opportunities that she's given me, and I'm just honoured to be able to fly that flag for them and be an ambassador. But that is the charity goes. They specialise in disabled dogs all around the world, and they make a true difference. And they go into these areas like in Cairo, where there's a big issue with it, and they set up shelters and work with other people who are I've got the same goal. And it's the woman side of it comes into it, because most of these organisations are run by women. So a lot of them have seen horrible things every day, and you've got to be so strong to keep pushing through it. And it sort of takes care of their mental health as well. But as far as a charity who's where the money all goes to the right place, I can tell you now, the power of one is such a pure-hearted organisation, and they truly make a difference. And yeah, I'm just over the moon that I get to work with them, and I'm honoured that I get to help them make a difference.
A note from Power of One, and it goes like this. Jack's transition from MMA to pro boxing is nothing short of inspiring, and he's representing Power of One every step of the way. Once again, Power of One, head on over to their Instagram, powerof1_UK. Jack, any closing thoughts?
No, just anybody who's interested in animal welfare or what this great organisation does. Just I'm not saying go and get your checkbook out and start writing out, but just check, just have a look, and I'm pretty sure that they'll inspire you to want to help, or even if it's just the recognition that they are doing the right thing. Just check them out, and that's it. That's it, really. The true people.
I appreciate you, and thank you again for being with us today. I'm looking forward to watching the live pay-per-view of your match between, it's going to be between you and Robert Duran Jr. I believe Robert Duran is still based out of Florida here in the States. Thank you again. This feels good, and the timing feels perfect. And thank you for being part of my journey and everything you've done so far.
Oh, thanks, Stephen, and thanks so much for having me on. It's gone a lot better than I expected, because I haven't exactly got the easiest accent to understand. So the Liverpool accent's a strong one. Sometimes people struggle, but I feel like you've done okay hearing me out. So and if you really acted like you did. So thanks again, mate, and
oh, absolutely.
I'll be happy to get on. Yeah, I'll be happy to get on the future anytime you want. I'm truly happy to do it.
Well, we're going to make it easy. I'm surprised I had not before, but I'm going to now. I'm following you. If you want to check our Instagram pages, mine is Stephen Cuoco, StevenCuoco. Everything, all my socials are at Stephen Cuoco. And Jack McGann is JackMcGann9. And Twitter is, you said 98?
93.
93. All right.
You've just took 5 years off me, thanks. 93.
93. Well, we're not aging you here. Yeah, I mean, if it's higher, yeah. So I would have made you 5 years younger, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go with that.
I'll take it.
Trust me, you don't look your age. And once again, just to recap, you were born 3 months early, weighed 21 pounds. Now you're 6'1", and are you still 155, or are you a little bit?
Well, it was 2 pounds, and then I dropped down to 1.8, and yeah, I'm not 2 pounds anymore, put it that way. But yeah, I fight at 154 pounds.
Wow, that's really, it's lean for being 6'1".
Yeah, I'm pretty big for the weight, but yeah, I make that.
Well, I'm proud of you either way. This is awesome. Yeah. You've always got a home here. You got a friend, an ally in me. And thank you again for all of this. I will share with you the links once we have those published. Once again, on any of your favorite podcast platforms, look for that today. Follow Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco on Amazon Music, Amazon Audible, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. This episode will re-air as a live. This coming week, it will be under the special edition. So Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco, special edition. It will air all next week. I will have it. And then we're going to have it all throughout the month, especially because you've got this very important match that's coming up on the 28th against Robert Duran Jr. Please let your girlfriend know I said hello. I hope that we can become very good friends, that I can get an invitation to your wedding. That's not going to be very soon. I'm not rushing it. But no, that's me being heartwarming there. But everything that you do is going to have star power to it. And it's going to be in a way that's very loving and kind and subtle and very important in a way to where it's going to always have that family vibe and feel and the friendship. You've got that spirit within you and around you. And I truly believe, no matter what anyone believes in, God allowed this to happen. And if it wasn't going to happen or meant to happen, it would not. So I consider this moment with you and the 45 minutes we've had together a true blessing. And once again, thank you for that.
Oh, thanks as well, Steve. I've really enjoyed it.
Perfect. Thank you. Hold the line real quick. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in to Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 satellite radio. If you're on the app or the website, click the bottom right-hand icon. That is our messenger. That's where Carlos and several other people have submitted their questions. Any future questions, if you have anything else for Jack, I would love to have him back on after the match and to talk about that and to see where his thoughts are, because a lot can change within any second of the moment. Once again, to close out by saying surrender. And as Jack had shared before, and I don't want to slightly paraphrase, but it goes back to what he's sharing online and where we are at. Trust the process and, trust yourself. And with that being said, have a great day, everyone. Enjoy this weekend and be safe out there. Take care.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.